Et salut à tous, on se retrouve pour une nouvelle vidéo Disco Elysium. Alors en quittant la vidéo, je me suis rendu compte que j'avais pas regardé ça, vous avez dû être très frustrés j'imagine. Ah oui, il y a vraiment beaucoup de quêtes quoi. Demander aux gens. Oui mais comment je sais pour le récupérer, mon insigne? Ouais, trouver l'argent ça va être très dur. Ah, prêteur sur gage.
An intricate web of blue light. It almost looks like the electronic patterns inside a radio computer or an old filament mem for you to discover. You've got to... Someone close to the victim might know.
Qui es-tu?
Gone.
Ok. Et oui, j'avais un level. Je me demande si on peut augmenter ça avec les levels. D'ailleurs, j'ai bientôt fini ça. Qui me donne moins d'autorité d'ailleurs. Ah oui, alors. Empathie, empathie. En plus, lui, il va falloir que je me le fasse là. Mais légendaire. Logique, encyclopédie. Perception, affinité mécanique. Pas empathie. En plus, je suis déjà bon. Qu'est-ce que je vais aller faire? Lui, je vais laisser parler, je pense. Commence à faire nuit. C'est encore un truc que j'ai pas vu. Ah, du coup, ouais, je peux retenter Kuno ou Tommy. Je retente. C'est légendaire quand même. On joue avec... Si commence à me parler là, Kuno, 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 je sais pas quoi là.
Look, see, it's the...
Ouais.
You belittled yourself before the Kuno. Now you must seek his forgiveness.
Je dois rentrer dans son jeu. Je vais faire amende honorable.
fucking what pig?
Je tente de te frapper.
How are we gonna make it up to Kuno, pig shit?
Qu'est-ce que je peux t'offrir?
Please don't waste time on nonsense.
C'est ce que je
The
veux.
lieutenant does not approve of this at all.
Don't listen to the blind fuck, piggo. You're doing the right thing here, trying to get Kuno to like you again. You can pay tribute to Kuno with drugs, or cigarettes, or some wheels. Kuno could use some wheels.
Ah
Motorized
oui, allez,
carriage shit.
vas-y.
Put it away. The information here isn't worth it.
Back off, fuck eyes. Kuno is a man. Kuno can smoke if he wants.
The lieutenant doesn't like this. It may be less destructive to your working relationship
Oui, il a 12 ans, un
to
truc comme
just
ça.
come back alone later.
Il pourrait peut-être avoir besoin de son aide.
No. What we need is to get back to work. He doesn't know anything.
On va agiter le paquet devant
Okay,
lui.
Porkson. Tar keeps
Ah, je
Kuno
lui-
sharp.
Je voulais
Helps
tout
Kuno
donner,
think.
d'accord.
Kuno likes that brain boost shit. We're cool now, but don't be pulling this shit on Kuno, or Kuno's gonna have to beat the shit out of you again.
Allez, on va tester.
It's not
Yes.
Kuno. It's Kuno S.
Kuno S, ouais. J'essaie de les séparer.
Fuck you whispering about?
He's whispering too. He's going with it. But watch what happens.
Fuck you whispering about!
If Kuno wants to whisper, he's gonna fucking whisper, okay? Let's whisper, pig.
Let's go.
This is it. You've got him. But be careful. You can still fuck this up. Don't make Kuno look bad in this.
C'est de te contrôler.
It's okay. The pig's trying to pit us against each other. Not gonna let him do that.
Ah mince.
Idiot. You bungled it up.
Ah ouais.
That's it. You let him off the line. That was a bad, manipulative thing to say. You should understand. I got you this far. I couldn't get you all the way.
Hmm.
Try to fuck my Kuno! Try to fuck my Kuno away! Me and Kuno are tight.
A chill comes over you, the wind from the boulevard
Fais
south,
chier.
lashing you for trying to separate them, for
Alors, on va
trying to take the
retenter.
street out of Kuno. What's going
Oh
on
là là.
is an ungovernable youth on your crime scene, throwing around incendiary language, trying to push your buttons.
Get your snout out of Kuno's ass. Kuno knows how hard Kuno. You should give up, Popo, or the Kun will keep fucking.
You okay, Kuno?
That went wrong. He took it as a compliment. Then he had a minor seizure.
Kuno doesn't.
Ok, j'y vais, c'est bon. Ah oui, on devait se parler lui et moi.
Yes?
On devait pas se parler après avoir examiné le corps? Ouais.
No response. He just arches his brow.
Have you tried concentrating on something other than your personal affair?
There is a sudden, harsh edge to his voice, like he's tired of hearing about your personal affairs.
C'est quoi le problème?
Not a fan. It's just the nature of lieutenancy. Fine. We should get through this day first. Off hours begin at 9 p.m. If you're still having trouble then, I can give you an orientation.
Ok.
Focus on other people's troubles, not your own.
Your heart beats twice like a fist. The serotonin. The lieutenant glances at his electronic wristwatch. A moment passes.
Plein de gens à qui parler, mais lui j'ai envie de lui reparler.
Now it's turning into a kind of a snow limbo, man. What's on your mind?
Allez, let's go.
In his eyes, an unfamiliar longing. Flecks of brown and gold.
Tendu.
It's hard to say. His gaze wanders southwest, down the street that goes beyond the horizon. The road continues for miles, flowing together with other roads, turning into causeways or bridges, ending suddenly in dead ends, or ramping up or down highways. It forms a crisscross pattern across the land.
Jusqu'où elle va?
Above the Jamrock Quarter, in the form of a raised motorway, and then the never-ending sprawl of Forburg, high above buildings, new and old, the air filled with the rumble of motor engines.
Encore plus
To the
loin.
old south, to the farthest outskirts of Revachol, through the checkered fields of farmland, upstream to the river
Je sais pas si je
Esperance,
devrais aller jusqu'au bout, mais bon.
past Montmartin. The border approaches.
Qu'y a-t-il au-delà de
You
la border?
cannot see.
La
It's out
border.
of the city. Up ahead, the mist blocks all sight. A gale blows across your cheeks. It is cold.
Il y a quand même beaucoup ce
Before
genre de
you
texte
stands a
dans le
tall
jeu. Hein.
lorry driver with sad eyes.
Excuse me?
peux m'en parler, pas de soucis.
Man, I don't know what to say. Not much anyone can do. There's no helping in absence, you know. I miss my family. They're all I have. My wife, second kid on the way, waiting all the way in Diora. And here I am stuck in this shit, so far from home.
Diora?
Diora of the Seven Seas. It's on the other end of Le Caillou, pretty much, on another island called Laurentide, off mainland. We've got a little place there. Can almost hear my kid laugh when it snows.
Fait quel effet quand
What's
quelqu'un
it
vous
like?
manque?
Good. And bad. An ache that brings you joy. I think of them a lot. I dream up these silly scenarios in great detail of living with them. It comforts me.
Mhm.
What about you, Cop Man? You missing someone?
Is that what it is? This feeling? No, it's scarier than that. You're pursued by a hunter, smelling of apricots and sorrow, and the past.
Quelqu'un me manque, mais je sais pas
I
qui.
feel for you, my friend. It's bad enough to know who you miss. Missing like that doesn't feel like it has much of an upside.
Non.
But, thanks for this. It's nice to talk to someone, and I know it wasn't easy to ask. I hope you find your way through your own troubles.
Je connais un peu en
man.
stupéfiant.
Me and narcotics go way back. Had some good times surfing the psychic waves of my own consciousness, you know?
Hmm.
But those days are behind me. There are other addictions in my life now. Why the inquiry, my man?
Je vais aller droit au but. Hein. J'essaie de découvrir qui fait passer des stupes par le terminal B.
We have a credible lead, sir. Someone on this roundabout is waiting for a bulk shipment from the harbor to load it on their lorry and drive it to Jamrock.
Ah, il est un peu dans la merde là.
Not me, man. No way. I don't need any trouble. Shit's bad enough anyway. This jam's got folks up in arms, and I'm afraid it's headed toward a conflagration.
Qui dirige le trafic
Look,
selon vous?
man, I try to stay away from the criminal underbelly of Revachol. I'm a guest here. You really need to find another man to probe with those questions.
On m'a dit que
It's
c'était lui, hein,
not
le
a
poète.
lie.
Hein.
It's something else. Impossible to say what at this point, but there's something in him.
Ça,
Some
je voulais
It's
pas
like-
demander.
Whatever's going on over at the docks. Workers got a blockade set up, making
Que veut le
demands.
syndicat?
Some pretty wild stuff, I hear. Like a giant new power crane in half the company? I forget what exactly. Good on them, I guess. I've heard talk there's a company rep in town, too. Like a strike negotiator type. They'd know what's up. Precise demands and so on.
Ah oui, bon, on l'a trouvé du coup. Et que veut
They want to
l'entreprise?
keep that money flowing in, my man. Ka-ching.
Ma mère.
Anything else? Yeah,
Quelque
this
chose à
ain't
me
really
dire?
my area of expertise. I just do my job and get paid. I have things to do and places to be. All of us do.
Tout le
Us
monde.
lorry drivers. Camionneurs. You still hang around here waiting for this mess to end. Most have scurried off somewhere to get drunk or high. Or laid. Not that I blame them, really.
What?
Not my thing. Chasing transient pleasures is a drag these days. I prefer the examined life now. Thinking, reflecting, observing.
What's better than chasing transient pleasures? The more transient, the better.
Bon bah c'est tout, hein. J'ai que ça à lui dire. Oui d'accord. J'ai même pas vu que c'était le raccourci. Il me reste le gros balèze là-bas qui parlait. Il m'en reste pas mal en bas aussi. Je suis pas allé par là encore. Ah. Encore des gens. C'est quoi ça?
There are clothes inside. Cheap second-hand clothes, smelling of strangers' body odors.
Don't be shy. These are premium class clothes. Good quality fabrics, best retro design. Save the economy with your style, officer.
You find your hands deep in tattered and
Mais j'ai plus de
faded
thunes.
garments made from weird polyester blends that make your body itch and sweat in all the wrong places.
Ah oui, carrément.
Economical, but also trendy. Look first hand, buy second hand. Keep the economy moving.
On va tenter. Hein.
Something
Ah,
cold
pour une
grazes
fois.
your hand. Synthetic and sleek, a windbreaker. Surf, it says, but also wind, summer, 100% waterproof, and sport. All in different typefaces. This jacket is the apex of human evolution, the moment at which man became weatherproof. Practical, and yet it may deaden your senses to the world around you. Possibly because of the awful typeface.
Good choice, officer. Mega sporty. And it's only $4.50 for you, sir.
Moins un de frisson, plus un sang-froid.
There's a pile of cheap sunglasses in a...
You like sunglasses, officer? I've got the latest styles right here.
These are all boring. Boring third-rate ho-hum sunglasses made of cheap Syrahese plastic. The kind of plastic that melts in the sun.
These are all first-rate sunglasses. Premium design, superb material, very cool. UV resistant. These will definitely keep your eyes safe and cool while doing your dangerous police work.
Bon, on essaye. Hein.
Abort. These are hideous. What's more, they don't even fit your
Pince le nez,
face.
vous direz qu'il est
You can
sourcil.
feel them pinching.
Damn, officer! You look like a mega secret spy. Very secret. They're practically made for you.
Ces arnaqueurs, lui.
I'll let you have them for $2.50.
They're perfect for concealing your bloodshot and baggy eyes.
No, you are definitely not buying those.
Ah non, mais de toute façon, j'ai pas la thune.
Are you sure? But they look so good on you. You should
Ah oui.
think this through, officer.
Électrochimie. Oh, je suis pas trop fan de l'électrochimie. Hein. Non mais ça c'est un truc de ouf, l'électrochimie. Faut que j'évite hein. Ah mais... C'est vrai qu'il faut que je trouve la thune quoi, mais bon. Beaucoup de choses hein.
A typical Martinez streetlight sits among assorted floor and table lamps. The light pole has been carefully cut, and the wiring has been redone and attached to a standard
Pourquoi j'aurais besoin
indoor
de ça?
plug. The light buzzes faintly, but persistently.
Vous l'avez-vous
It was
déniché?
brought to me to be altered.
We are not here to investigate the theft of city property. You have to admit it's rather clever what he's done with it.
Combien?
700 real. A
Ah ouais.
bargain, I did.
A bargain? No, it's not. He's trying to sweet-talk you into buying trash.
There's
Pardon,
also
donnez.
the matter of rewiring, but the most important transformation is the light's placement among ordinary indoor fixtures, which has adjusted its morphological field. The light became suitable for use inside the home just a few days ago.
Ok, d'accord.
You see rows of toy soldiers guarding the rest of the trinkets. Try to find something pretty and cool
Un
here,
peu chiant le bruit là du coup.
then use it to win us back.
Fitter mécanique.
Why? What's this? A headless man riding a horse? A headless man wearing futuristic tracksuit trousers that say found.
Oh,
Qu'est-ce que c'est?
that's the headless phone rider.
Oh, ok, bien
There's
sûr.
been a lot of interest in that particular figurine. I had to hide it so it wouldn't fall into the wrong hands.
I've heard about it. I've heard the headless phone rider ride the headless balloon.
Yes, there are several competing versions of the story, but I believe this figurine is a more canonical representation. The
J'essaie de
headless
faire un peu
phone
vite parce que
rider.
le bruit en fond il est
It's
pas
an
très
urban
agréable.
legend. About a mat 50 cents. Bargain price. I'll throw in the tiny cap too. I think he's looking for it, or something. That part of the story has many interpretations.
Je la prends.
Did I mention that this figurine is supposed to be lucky? Always
That was a very smooth salesman's grin that almost comes off as this set of soldiers.
You're probably talking about,
Désolé,
I
je fais
think
vite, hein,
their
c'est pas-
poverty has been exaggerated for effect.
Pour le bruit.
When you place them next, I don't like either.
He seems to have his own take on. The boomboxes on the shelf look well loved and well travelled. Chipped. One especially catches your eye. Deep gold and amber plastic with a big old
Je suis
handle
fauché,
on
j'achète
top.
des figurines.
A classic
Oh là là.
boombox that says Stereo 8 approved.
Hmm.
This is you. Golden orange. A sunset suite. Just make sure it works before you buy it.
Absolutely.
Est-ce que ça
I've
fonctionne du coup?
tested each one myself with recordings of speech, found sounds and music from a variety of genres, even though I don't really like music.
Ah oui, je crois qu'il y en a un dans la chambre d'hôtel en plus.
Is the Harman Welsh W2, made in Vespa, designed in Seoul, plays all reel-to-reel formats, 2mm, 8mm,
Ça
12mm.
faisait pas ça quoi.
It's even got a little radio in there. It'll set you back 12 real. If police work means playing tapes, sure, you can use it for that.
Like a beach party. With sand and sun and seagulls dancing on the breeze.
Ah, je vais faire chier Kim.
Theoretically, yes. But we don't have time right now. It's generally murder investigation first, then beach party.
Ah, c'est
That
bon,
is the
équipe-toi la
unofficial
guille.
RCM motto, yes.
Allez. Bon, j'ai enfin de parler.
It's not often that I see officers from the RCM in my pawn shop. What can I do for you?
His courtesy is not insincere, but he prefers being alone with his projector, just watching the movement of light across the walls of the shop.
C'est navrant, manque tellement d'effectifs dans ces
I
quartiers.
haven't had any problems myself, though some of my customers have complained about inconsistent law enforcement.
Ah bon?
Who are your customers usually?
All kinds of people come through here. Locals, travellers, people looking for a deal, people looking for a keepsake, people who are terminally bored. As you can see, I have a wide selection of goods for everyone to choose from.
Sacrée collection en effet.
It keeps me entertained.
Entertained? He might be high. If he is, On what?
Je vais tenter. Allez,
Feeling warm
yes.
and enthralled by the movement of light, while the mind continues to race forward. Lucky bastard. He's
C'est vrai
probably
que l'électrochimie, au moins, ça sert à ça pour les
It's tough to
drogués.
come by on the street.
Donc c'est une ville de drogués.
A drug developed by the military to treat and prevent
Le
radiation sickness.
pyrolodi...
It has psychedelic side
Pyrolidon?
effects, and it makes your eyes turn yellow.
par l'armée.
Why on earth? These are prescription. I can't really see without them.
There's a note of indignation in his voice. Interesting. Those triangle patches on his vest, you have a feeling they mean something, like they're similar to the halogen rectangle on your jacket.
Que signifie ces triangles sur votre gilet?
I was with the emergency relief brigade. You know, after the People's Pile disaster. Had to take Perolidon for radiation sickness. That's what you were hinting at just now, wasn't it?
He's taken it for mental and emotional, not physical pain these days.
Ça va pas être facile de nettoyer des déchets
There's
radioactifs.
a reason why everyone's tried to forget any of it ever happened, and why no one has tried to repair or replace the pile. So much disappointment, and early death, cancer mostly. And we knew all that was coming even as we were cleaning up as best we could.
C'est la faute à qui si le générateur a cessé de fonctionner?
No one's. Everyone's.
Il est mal le man, hein?
So much bitterness.
A bunch of poor people built themselves a primitive nuclear reactor, hoping for the best. What do you think is going to happen?
Racontez-moi un peu plus sur cette brigade de secours.
We were an all-volunteer force, self-organized, tried to help the fire brigades contain the spill.
Tough son of a gun, this one. Respect.
I lived by the river since I was a small boy. The Esperance didn't have the art to let it all go to shit without trying to do something to help out. There wasn't much the volunteer force could do, however. We wasted years in the river mud, years getting sick.
On s'est retrouvé sur prêteur sur
The
gage.
clean-up happened 15 years ago. I was young then. Later, my second aunt died. Left me this shack and all the assorted junk in it. So I came to Martinez. People told me don't go there. It's a shithole. I said, people, we just had a nuclear pile meltdown. I'm gonna get as far away from Forburg as I can. Still in the same city, but I like the theory more than the story. Outward movement, not vortices.
Yeah, you gotta get in on those vortices, my man.
Vous pourriez peut-être nous être utile dans
I
l'enquête.
doubt it, but I can try and answer any questions you may have.
Que savez-vous de la Terre récente pendaison?
I do my best to keep my distance from all manner of butchery. Bad for business, bad for everyone.
Tu m'étonnes.
No one likes to see what you have to see every day.
Est-ce que tu peux m'aider à décrocher le corps?
The corpse behind the hostel, I assume. I don't have a truck with a mounted platform or anything of that sort myself. Ask around the harbour. There might be some workers there who'd be willing to help.
Ouais.
The pawnbroker's gaze is already fixed on the dancing colors.
Auriez-vous par hasard des revolvers que les flics ont?
Someone else came here earlier today asking the same question. I promptly sold her the gun you pawned a couple days back.
Ah, ok.
What? Sold?
C'est moi qui lui ai déposé?
The lieutenant shifts from one foot to another. Alert.
Je vous ai vendu mon flingue?
You
With Kim here too. That just sounded really, really bad.
You were adamant about getting rid of it, officer. Said you were undeserving of a service weapon of the Revachol Citizens Militia. And I don't like keeping guns around the shop for long. Off the charts photon emissions. The unhealthy kind.
He's not telling you the whole story. It seems he's trying to spare you.
Imminente.
You
Cache quoi?
weren't quiet yourself, officer.
Sûrement, ouais.
You were very distraught. You said the gun was a threat to your life and that you can't trust yourself with it tonight.
J'avais besoin d'argent et bizarrement j'en ai plus.
Money. When I said that I don't normally buy firearms, you put the gun barrel in your mouth and sort of sucked on it.
Oula.
Then I agreed to take it.
You sucked on a gun? Good. Very normal. The light swirls in his face and glasses. He doesn't know what to say either.
Ouais, au final j'ai rien dit. J'ai mis ce clic. C'est aussi quelqu'un de la
She
police?
didn't seem like a policeman.
Déjà c'est une fille.
Although she kept referring to herself as a pig, which was odd. I found her interest in the gun a bit obsessive, but I was just happy to get rid of it.
Kunoes là?
And of her. Truth be told, she was terrifying.
Right, so let me get this right. You sold your sidearm, issued by the Citizens Militia, and now a civilian is running around the streets of Martinez with it?
Miraculously, his face does not reveal what's happening inside.
Ça ne plaît pas non plus s'il lui prenait l'envie de commettre un crime et de faire porter le chapeau à la milice citoyenne.
You're right that she could cast aspersions on the force. We have to find her.
Je peux trouver cette personne?
My apologies, officer, but I have no idea where she was
ressemble à quoi,
coming
alors?
from or where she went.
A needle in a haystack. There is nothing you can do about it now. You'll just have to hope you luck upon her somehow.
Of course.
Quelque chose à vendre.
Let me have a look.
C'est le menu prêteur sur gage.
Anything else you're thinking of selling?
Non, non, je vais pas le faire alors qu'il est là. Vendre des
I'm
fringues.
not purchasing any more clothing at the moment, and especially that tie. It swallows photons around it. I have no need for necrotic objects.
Your mother is a necrotic object! I'm fun! Look at me sparkle in the light of the projector!
Ok.
Another time, perhaps.
Je veux juste voir ce qu'on peut faire d'autre avec
Sure
l'arme.
thing. Sure, man.
Bon, ok. Ok. C'est buggy des fois. Moi je peux pas me déplacer là. Ah d'accord. Sentir leur parfum, ça a fait qu'un deuil blanc, une mort moderne, un divorce, un truc du genre. Faire rapetisser le rendement comme vous. Qu'est-ce que ça me donne comme une fonction dézoom améliorée de 20%? Tous les seuils d'apprentissage. Ah ouais. Pourquoi tous les seuils d'apprentissage d'ailleurs? Augmente de 1. Je sais pas, mais c'est peut-être tout ce qui est censé me donner 1 de motricité m'en donne 2. J'ai rien de toute façon. Quand je me truc, j'ai le bruit de la machine et là je l'ai plus, ok. Allez hop. Ah oui, c'est ce que j'ai vu tout à l'heure. Bien ça. Je lui parle à lui.
A couple of indicator lights are missing from this control panel. Loose wires dangle from the now vacant hole. This panel usually closes the water lock, turning it into a bridge that lets you cross the canal. But there's a crashed salmon and butter sign in the way. Pulling the lever probably won't do anything.
Je pense pas, mais on va essayer. Ah, mais il y a quelqu'un là.
You pull the lever all the way up until the metal clicks. Again, nothing happens. A spring brings the lever back to its original position. You still need to close the water lock to get across the canal. Wasn't there a sign over there saying functionality will be restored on Wednesday morning?
Evening, officers.
A burly man hangs out by the waterlock, carving up a generous serving of salami with an old hunter's knife. His eyes are fixed on a man stranded on the other side of the waterlock and on an enormous billboard that has fallen down into the canal between them. His posture is relaxed. Despite his powerful build and a knife in his hand, this man resorts to physical intimidation only infrequently, if at all.
Qui a causé ces dégâts?
I wasn't here to witness it, but those look like tire tracks on that sign. Weird, huh? Then again, plenty of daredevil drivers in Revachol.
The words "daredevil driver" sound ominous to you.
Too bad it also takes a year and a day to repair anything around here, especially a waterlock. The rest of the coast is closed off till then.
Parce que ce levier ne
It's
fonctionne pas.
supposed to operate the waterlock, but as noted, it's all junk right now.
Et pourquoi il est hors du
Safety
service?
measure. Turns out the panel needs a special key to be reactivated. Wouldn't want anyone moving the waterlock with debris still in the channel. It'll be restarted on Wednesday morning. You want to do the honors when the time comes?
Pourquoi pas?
Great! Just drop in on Wednesday if you want to see the waterlock at work. They say the canal crew will be here at 7:15.
The coast part of the map is inaccessible until the third day.
Well, there's the
le nom de la
fishing
côte?
village, an abandoned fish market, a bizarro church. Not much use to the congregation, though. There always seems to be something wrong with it. Yeah, not really much else. Just bombed out ruins.
Donne-moi un
Sure
bouge.
thing. Want some too, officer?
Why not?
Allez hop.
It's just a racist mug.
Ok, on aura fait le coin. Bon, allez. Qu'est-ce que je fais là?
Life doesn't need to be a struggle. I'll be with you in a moment, officer. Let me just finish my sandwich. Talk to Angry Hard René first.
Have you no shame? Whining about your back every time you bring out the measuring tape.
René, you're a man with a fork in a world of soup. Please, let's just try to enjoy the game, all right?
I'm trying to, but you keep breaking my concentration. You're old. I can see that. We're both old. Now stop grabbing your ass like it's a girl.
These manly men are playing balls. This is a ball game. Grab a ball and play it. Don't ask questions. Shoot first. Ask questions never.
Allez.
That's the spirit. Don't even waste your breath asking about the game. They wouldn't know anyway. They're
Allez.
way
12%. Ça a l'air bon, je pense.
You are immediately surprised by the ball's lack of weight. No matter, you'll make it work. God, this is right. You feel the familiar tremble of excitement and adrenaline that precedes
La
every
boule, c'est toi. Qu'est-ce que je fous?
Merde! Bordel de merde! What the hell is your problem?
Plutôt pas mal ce
I
triceps
don't
droit.
care if you are a cop. You do not just ruin someone's game. It's so goddamn disrespectful.
A man his age getting worked up like that? Better watch that blood pressure.
Je sens la colère, je sais pas pourquoi.
Vandalized our game, son. We can't play pétanque with 5 bull.
Le pétanque, je comprends.
No, no you don't. Our pétanque game is ruined. We want our bull back.
Take it easy, René. This is just a misunderstanding, isn't it, officer? No harm done.
Of course there's harm done, you orange slug. You owe us a goddamn bull. A fine example you are setting here today, officer. I will remember this. And Gaston will too.
Ouais, flemme.
It's okay, officer. Forgotten completely. It was my bull, and I have a spare. Everything is good, and we're ready to assist any way we can.
He's trying to avoid conflict at any cost.
T'as raison.
The lieutenant says nothing, but his face is rigid. It seems he does not approve of your athletic displays.
Oh.
It's your refusal to take responsibility I don't like. Just talk. It'll smooth things over. Old people like attention.
Quelque chose sur l'homme pendu?
Unfortunately, I don't. Unlike most of the locals, I have no qualms about assisting law enforcement. But this affair has passed me by completely.
La plupart des gens du coin.
In Martinez, the union is the law. So can you really blame them?
T'as qu'un problème avec les flics?
Cop is a pejorative term. I don't have a problem with policemen. On the contrary, I admire the effort to bring order to our streets.
Vous ne savez rien
If
du
I
tout.
knew, I would not be afraid to tell you. I simply don't. I'm an old man, not a coward. The daily business of the riffraff no longer concerns me.
This is a man with a lot of past, but little present, and almost no future.
Le statut de Philippe III pas loin d'ici.
Ah, yes! King Philip III, on his steed. A reminder of what Revachol once was.
Oh, absolutely. At the mercy of a cocaine-snorting tyrant who emptied the treasury so he could sleep on a bed of gold.
Cocaine? Cocainum? Sounds like our kind of king. And just imagine what kind of cocaine a king would have had.
A superpower, feared and respected. A testament to what this country can be under the leadership of a true king. Someone who knows how to rule.
quoi cette histoire de cocaïne?
Oh, old Philip was a big fan of the purple nose candy the nobility loved so much. A cocaine connoisseur of sorts. His egocentricity is borderline legendary.
You can't even take responsibility for yourself. How could you fathom the responsibility weighing on the shoulders of a ruler? That's why the Philippian kings use cocaine, for clarity of vision, to aid in their work. Regnum cocainum, Revachel's finest years.
I'm satisfied with this explanation.
Of course. Clarity of vision. Awareness.
Philip III was even brought into this world with the help of cocaine. The court made him administer the dose to his mother when she was in labor, and it is well known that with the help of cocaine, only the purest, of course, he was able to connect with higher realms.
Higher realms. Of course, it all makes sense.
Les royaumes.
It's really not. Please, do spare us the cocaine fairy tales.
Yes, indeed. We're not here to investigate the drug trade of centuries past.
Comment devrait régner un roi légitime?
Decisively, without fear of offending the sensibilities of the frail and weak-minded among his subjects. This is something the insurgents never understood.
L'intérêt de son peuple avant le sien?
A nation is only as strong as its leader. That's why it was such madness to try to...
Don't get started on that again. What happened, happened.
The Carabiner doesn't reply, but his entire being communicates unbreakable resolve. No one and nothing can change this man's mind. He is as rigid as they come, still in that antique uniform. It's a symbol for him.
Right.
Oh,
Yes.
cratère, hein.
The terrain here provides an interesting variety to a familiar game. I do. Fire from heavy artillery.
Tir d'artillerie.
Why what?
Pourquoi l'artillerie a été utilisée?
Because that's what happens when communards hijack your country, execute your supreme leadership, and turn your capital into a slaughterhouse. You use heavy ordnance to clean up your home.
C'est qui déjà les communards?
Commies, communists, socialists, anarchists, call them what you like. They just chose the name to feel special. Senseless sentimentality.
Déjà tiré sur eux?
Sadly, no. It was the foreigners who brought them to their knees. We fought valiantly. Too valiantly. So valiantly we got licked. Should have fought dirty, like they did with their suicide sex cult propaganda and mad anarchist women strapped to shrapnel bombs. We didn't though, and we lacked caliber. God bless him, but the suzerain's cannons simply weren't big enough.
La population,
This
quand même.
place is the damn beachhead, son. They had to soften the commies up first.
Tête de pont.
Yes. The military coordinated amphibious landing to take back Revachel.
He finds your lack of historic knowledge troubling, a sign of mental deterioration in the preceding generations.
Martinez was used as one of the 3 footholds in Revachel during Operation Deathblow in 08. The other 2 are off in Stella Maris and the Delta.
J'ai la tête et regardez vers
This
le
here
reste.
is Blood Ground, where coalition boots first made landfall and cleaned those rabid dogs out. Most likely, we're playing pétanque on their mangled corpses.
Bien.
Blood ground. You got old René going there. Like he isn't hungry enough already.
Quitte la coalition.
Don't get me wrong, officer. I hate those foreign dogs, but the enemy of my enemy and all that. They're the lesser evil.
Tout toute cette
Damn
destruction.
right, son. They laid the fire of hell on the city before they stormed it. And it worked, too.
He approves of this radical approach, knows it was necessary.
The rest of the city got cleaned up, but Martinez they keep as a monument. And now the Union Socialists are practically running the place.
Well, it's your own damn fault. You, we, the coalition, Revachol, whoever you want to blame, never finished the job. Officially, the party never surrendered. Of course they still hold influence.
You don't even begin to truly understand the players of the table, let alone the specific circumstances surrounding the... What do you think?
Ça devrait toujours être comme ça. Et modéré, préparant le terrain pour que l'action soit violente pour ne pas.
Preposterous! Surely you don't mean it. I'm just sorry it had to be them. After 8 years of fighting those commie hyenas, boiling cats for food and drinking my piss in the mountains, I would have preferred if the Right Honorable King Guillaume returned through Revachol, or even if that damn clan Frisel had risen from the grave and led us. Sadly, that was not the case.
Il colère, hein.
This royal failure weighs heavily on him.
Instead, all that is just, holy, and beautiful in the world was wiped away, and now it's neon signs with toothpaste ads everywhere. Foreign influence peddling garbage and stupid music on the radio. This is just what the commies wanted. This was the plan all along. This is what they wanted to replace the role of the suzerain with. Damn Frisel. He was the king we couldn't protect. The Carabineers failed him, and the crown. He died in the hands of the Hyperlay, in a very public execution.
Elysium.
A true king in both blood and mind led Revachol before Frisel. He would have been better, but the damn commies drove him into exile. The suzerain is the king! Has everyone forgotten already? They've forgotten already.
Soon, they will forget everything. Him too. Then he chooses anger over melancholy.
It's no use talking to you. You were still in Daddy's balls when it happened. When we took our last stand against the filth and rode the cavalry straight into gunfire.
On fera légendaire.
Hey. Psst. Psst. Hey. You. Yes, you. Word on the street is you're ready to start building communism again. You keep saying things like, down with the bourgeoisie, eat the rich, sodomize the landowners, impel all people who have more than 25 real in their pocket, literally murder all human beings regardless of their political beliefs. That kind of stuff.
J'ai peut-être dit 2-3 trucs comme ça, mais pas ça,
Oh
quoi.
yes, the mask of ambivalence. Don't deny it. You're about to rip it off and reveal the monstrous seven-eyed lamb of global communism that would devour and masticate mankind. Everyone can see that. So tell me, do you have any questions before we fire up the big communism builder? Or do we get right down to it?
Non, non, non. Je veux
Very
pas.
well. I guess no one will build communism then. Tell the working man it's over, unless anyone has objections. Did someone mention cocaine? Are we doing cocaine? No. I'm sure I heard someone say cocainism. Anyone? Anyone else? There's no one? There's one.
Non, non. Bon, je pense qu'on va arrêter la vidéo là. Merci à tous d'avoir regardé. Et on se rejoint pour la suite et on va essayer d'avancer encore une fois cette enquête.